Okay, hey guys, so now we're going to look into a Tollens test. So we learned about this in our lecture material, so now we're going to actually try it out. So the two molecules that we're going to test out in our Tollens test are sucrose and dextrose. So these are kinds of sugars you can buy at the grocery store. So sucrose in this top line, it's the product of this reaction that I drew. Sucrose is actually two different sugars combined. So we're going to learn more about this when we get into our sugars chapter. But just for a quick and dirty explanation, sucrose has two kinds of sugars connected. One is called dextrose or D-glucose, and the other one is called fructose. And when these react together, it loses water in the reaction, and they form this bond here with this oxygen between the two. So that's what the molecule of sucrose looks like. However, dextrose or D-glucose, I copied it down here, is a little bit different. So when these sugars are not reacted yet, they can do an isomerization reaction. So this means that they're in equilibrium. So this structure here and this structure of dextrose are in equilibrium with each other. The hydrogen right here kind of jumps from this oxygen over to this oxygen, and it makes the double bond shift as well too. How that works, you guys don't need to worry about quite yet. But it does switch back and forth between the aldehyde here and the closed ring here. Whereas in sucrose, you can't have that opening because you've reacted that oxygen. So we have these two molecules that we're going to test out and combine with our silver buffer solution, just like we learned about adding the silver ion to it. And we'll see what happens in the test, but let's go ahead and predict which one of these two is going to react, or if both of them are going to react and have a positive Tollens test. So take a moment and look at these two structures, one of sucrose and one of dextrose, and go ahead and predict which one you think is going to have a positive test. And then let's get into the lab and see what happened. Okay, hey guys, so you've already made your predictions about what's going to happen in this Tollens test, so let's go ahead and do it. So here is my dextrose solution and my silver buffered solution. So I'm going to go ahead and dump it in. And you can see it's turning yellow already, but I'm going to go ahead and let it swirl for a bit and quickly do the next one. So this is our dextrose, so let's keep this going. And let's pour sucrose as well. And then let's observe the differences between the two. So obviously there's a nice color change so far. The dextrose has turned pretty black. The sucrose is still clear. Okay, so I don't know if the sucrose is going to do anything, but let's look at the dextrose. If you look a little closer, maybe I can do it like this. You can see a mirror has formed on the glassware. So you can see me in the reflection and Danielle taking the video in the reflection of the flask. So that is what happens in a Tollens test. For a positive Tollens test, you get that silver mirroring effect.